First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 22, Young being chased out left. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And they just get the play off. Now Young. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Here's Swift. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, Young dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. 7th play coming now on this opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Young working out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he's got it. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Donald Pearl. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, it comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
To the air once more, Young. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd yards at the 21-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Young. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 11.
Again, it's Young. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw, Young. Forced out to his left. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Out of his end zone, here comes Jalen Reagor. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers got his man. It's Bo Melton. 21-0 our score after 1. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Another catch from Melton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. it's Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Rodgers now on first down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield, because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space, as they did right there.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Rodgers. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They send the tight end Davis in motion. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Rodgers going to throw. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And he'll go out of of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers under pressure, and they got to him again. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Mevis knocks this one through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A first down throw for Young. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
First and 10, Young. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Young, and that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, Young steps away to his left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
14 more yards.
First down, Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. From the 29, Young. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now receiver in motion left. It'll be Young again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A final shot before half for Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Here's Rodgers. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first, and the Lions will take over. Young off the play fake.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Young on third down. He's airing it out for Williams. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On play action, now Rodgers. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get geared. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. Throw right side caught by Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Rodgers now to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little...
Touchdown, Packers!
Bo Melton.
Touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Packers get a bit closer. Extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And the lead is down to 28-10. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. 43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, it's Young. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good. Portland Lions, first down. 1st and 10.
It's Young on 1st down. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
St. Brown. Out of bounds across midfield at the 48.
From just shy of midfield, Young. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. On play action, Young. On the move to his left. Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Swift again, and this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Young with it, 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are on their way to a 2-0 start. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Rodgers going to throw. And, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. This offense so far on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and a mile. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
A first down throw for Young. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They go play action. Young. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. From the shotgun, it's Young. Throw left side complete. That's Walton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a first down throw for Young. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Young here to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Rodgers now on first down.
This pass complete to Melton.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10.
He's able to find Melton. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Rodgers again now. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
He's brought down number 31. A gain of 11.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for Detroit, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.